Welcome to part 1 of the lecture series. I am Dr. Stella Oram, and I will guide you through the 28 lectures on the 28 chapters of the Axelos Prince 2 Agile Manual. Part 1 will cover chapter 1 to 6. In this first chapter, we will focus on gaining an understanding of what Prince 2 Agile is, what projects and business as usual BAU is all about. This chapter introduces Prince 2 Agile by defining its purpose and scope, clarifies how projects differ from business as usual BAU, and highlights why strong governance remains essential for control and alignment in agile environments. Let's start with the basics. Prince 2 Agile isn't a brand new method. It's an extension. It takes the structured governance of Prince 2 and blends it with the speed and flexibility of Agile. Think of Prince 2 as the framework that gives us structure, clear roles, and accountability. Agile brings the mindset, collaboration, and iterative delivery together. They ensure projects are well governed without losing pace. Prince 2 and Prince 2 Agile are designed for projects that work with a definite start and end. Agile, on its own, is broader. It can be applied to ongoing operations, continuous product development, or what we call business as usual. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine driving with a GPS. Prince 2 is the GPS. It sets the route and ensures you reach the destination. Agile is like the flexibility to take detours, avoid traffic, or choose a faster lane. With Prince 2 Agile, you get both the clear direction and the freedom to adapt along the way. Let's compare projects with business as usual BAU. At first glance, they can look similar, but they serve very different purposes. A project is temporary. It has a start and an end. You form a team just for that goal, and when it's done, the project dissolves. There's uncertainty, complexity, and a sense of the unknown because you're creating something new. On the other hand, business as usual is ongoing. It's about keeping the lights on, maintaining stability, and supporting continuous delivery. Teams are stable, tasks are routine, and there's much more certainty. Here's an easy way to think about it. A project is like planning and launching a wedding, whereas BAU is like keeping the marriage ring afterwards. One is temporary, with lots of moving parts and surprises. The other is steady, routine, and ongoing. So, when we talk about Prince 2 Agile, remember it's about projects, not BAU. It helps us handle uncertainty, manage temporary teams, and deliver change in a controlled way. So, what does business as usual actually look like? Think of it as the heartbeat of an organization: steady, rhythmic, and ongoing. BAU is made up of repeatable, routine tasks. These don't need a project manager as long as the right technical skills are in place. The work just flows. For example, small product modifications or enhancements. They're often short-term, quick wins, and don't require a temporary project structure. In fact, BAU usually has a long list of these tasks arriving continuously, almost like a conveyor belt. And, unlike project teams that dissolve after delivery, BAU teams are often stable and dedicated to this ongoing work. Here's an analogy. If a project is like renovating your house, BAU is like doing the daily cleaning and maintenance. The project creates change, BAU keeps things running. Unlike BAU, a project is temporary. It's created to solve a problem, seize an opportunity, or deliver a change that's too complex to fit into routine work. Sometimes, a project can even be a collection of BAU tasks grouped together, but the difference is that it has a clear start, a clear end, and a clear purpose. For example, launching a brand new product or service. This isn't just about technical work. It usually means engaging with multiple stakeholders, managing high levels of uncertainty, and making big decisions along the way. A project team is also different. It may be spread across different locations, it may change over time, and the project itself could last months or even years. That's why a project manager is essential: someone to provide structure, coordination, and accountability. Here's an analogy. If BAU is keeping the train service running every day, a project is like building a brand new railway line. Both are important, but one is steady and ongoing, while the other is temporary, uncertain, and transformative. This figure illustrates the different characteristics of project work in comparison with BAU work. A project has defined stages for upfront work before any delivery activity commences. It also has layers of project management and project direction to ensure the correct output is ultimately reached by the end of a project, at which point the project team disbands or moves to other work. The product created will have gone into operational use. From then on, it may be maintained and enhanced in a BAO environment. One of the key concepts in Agile and Prince2 Agile is the time box. A time box is simply a fixed period of time where a team works to achieve a specific goal. The most important thing about a time box is this: the deadline does not move. Instead of pushing the time, we adjust the work inside it by prioritizing. That's how we stay focused and predictable. At the lower level, a time box could be short, just a few days or weeks, like a sprint. At the higher level, we might have bigger time boxes like a stage which contains smaller ones inside. In BAO, you might see a similar concept. Work is prioritized and batched into cycles. So as tasks are completed, the product evolves gradually over time. Here's the link back to Prince2 Agile. While it's built for projects, it borrows and applies these agile behaviors like time boxing, which are also common in BAO environments. Here's a quick analogy. Think of a time box like a lunch break. You get exactly 1 hour. You might not finish every single thing on your to-do list, but the time doesn't move. Instead, you prioritize what matters most in that hour. I hope you now have an understanding of what Prince2 Agile is, what projects and business, as usual, BAO, is all about. Please leave your comments and questions in the chat. See you in lecture 2.